Los Angeles County District Attorney George Gascon announced on Thursday that he plans to recommend the resentencing of Lyle and Eric Menendez nearly 3 decades after their convictions for the murders of their parents. This decision could make the brothers eligible for immediate parole, marking a significant turn in a case that has captivated public attention for over 30 years. Speaking at a press conference in Los Angeles, Gascon explained the rationale behind his recommendation, emphasizing that it followed a comprehensive review of arguments from both supporters and opponents of the Menendez brothers. After very careful review of all arguments made from people on both sides of this equation, I came to a place where I believe under the law resentencing is appropriate, Gascon stated. I am going to recommend that to a court tomorrow. His decision, made just an hour before the announcement, signaled a major step forward for the Menendez brothers, who have been serving life without the possibility of parole since their 1996 convictions for the murders of their parents, Jose and Kitty Menendez, in their Beverly Hills mansion in 1989. This move comes after defense attorneys, in 2023, presented what they described as new evidence, prompting a re-evaluation of the case. Gascon's decision, while unprecedented, is in line with his broader commitment to sentencing reform, which has become a centerpiece of his campaign for re-election. He told CNN earlier this month, "Times have changed regarding how the public and the courts treat victims of sexual abuse. There is no question that a jury today would look at this case probably very differently than a jury did 35 years ago." Gascon stressed that the brothers have demonstrated significant rehabilitation during their time in prison. "I believe that they have paid their debt to society," he said, adding that the system allows for their case to be reviewed by a parole board. Should the board agree with his assessment, the brothers could be released. Gascon highlighted the Menendez brothers' contributions while incarcerated, including creating support groups for inmates dealing with untreated trauma and helping those with physical disabilities. "We're very sure not only that the brothers have rehabilitated and will be safe to be reintegrated into our society, but they have paid their dues, not only for the crimes that they committed, but because of all the other things they have done to improve the lives of so many others," he added. While the final decision lies with a Los Angeles Superior Court judge, Gascon's office confirmed that a date for a hearing has not yet been set. The district attorney is advocating for resentencing the brothers to life with the possibility of parole, which typically would mean 50 years to life. However, because Lyle and Eric were both under 26 at the time of the murders, they would be eligible for youthful parole under California law. The re-examination of the case was fueled by a 2023 defense petition that introduced new claims, including a sworn statement by Roy Rosello, a former member of the boy band Menudo, alleging that Jose Menendez had sexually assaulted him in the 1980s. The defense also cited a letter Eric Menendez wrote to a cousin months before the murders, which alluded to the abuse he and his brother had suffered at the hands of their father. This new evidence, coupled with evolving attitudes toward victims of abuse, has reignited public interest in the Menendez brothers' case, particularly following the release of Netflix's series Monsters, The Lyle and Eric Menendez Story, co-created by Ryan Murphy and Ian Brennan, as well as a documentary that features the brothers discussing the circumstances leading to the killings. At the time of their original trial, the brothers did not deny killing their parents, but argued that they acted in self-defense after enduring years of psychological, physical, and sexual abuse, particularly from their father. The first trial ended in a mistrial when jurors could not reach a unanimous verdict, but at the second trial in 1996, the court excluded much of the evidence related to the abuse claims, and the brothers were convicted of first-degree murder. Now, decades later, the brothers' supporters, including some members of their extended family, are hopeful that justice will finally be served. Ana Maria Baralt, Jose Menendez's niece, described Gascon's decision as brave and necessary. She expressed optimism for the future, saying, "Today is a day filled with hope for our family. Together we can make sure that Eric and Lyle receive the justice they deserve and finally come home." This case remains a deeply complex and emotional one, stirring debates on issues of abuse, justice, and the possibility of rehabilitation. As the legal system re-examines the Menendez brothers' fate, many are left reflecting on the broader implications of this decision and what it means for the evolving landscape of criminal justice reform. Whether the Menendez brothers will indeed be granted parole remains to be seen, but the case undoubtedly marks a significant moment in the ongoing conversation about the treatment of abuse survivors within the justice system and the possibility of redemption for those who have committed serious crimes.